Thank you, Dr. Bridges. It was May of 2004. It was a joyous time. It was one of those moments. We had just received word that we were invited to serve as the first family of Ohio University, and we understood, Deborah and I, the historical opportunity that presented. We were in Richmond, Virginia, finishing our tour of duty at Virginia Commonwealth University. And at that time, there was an African-American woman who was on the Board of Trustees. Her name was Dr. Patricia Ackerman. Dr. Ackerman and I talked extensively about the opportunity, about coming to Ohio University and all that would entail. And we said, there's got to be a way to celebrate this moment. And I said, yes, there ought to be a way to celebrate this moment. Because the moment is not about me. The moment is about celebrating one more step toward diversity at Ohio University. So we brainstormed about what would be an appropriate way to celebrate this moment in time. And we came to the conclusion that the best way would be to create an opportunity for the next president at some future year to come and be educated at Ohio University. So the Urban Scholars concept was born, a scholarship program that would reach out and bring students of accomplishment to Ohio University from our urban centers all over Ohio and eventually all over the United States. So we said, well, we need a little money to start this program. And so Deborah and I said, well, why don't we just, I'm going to take you to church for a minute. We said, let's plant a seed. Let's just plant a seed. So we wrote a check for $10,000 and said, let's go out on faith. Let's just see what happens. In less than a year, we raised over $1 million for the Urban Scholars Program. And with that, we were able to recruit the fine students who were in the first class. We recruited 11 students that first year. They're still here. All 11. That's an accomplishment. By any standard, by any measurement. And when Deborah and I first met, and we were reflecting a bit with Micah, when we met with this first class, we said, you are the pioneers. You are the ambassadors. On your shoulders will rest the success or failure of the Urban Scholars Program. Not only did they grasp the significance, but they have become outstanding students and individuals at Ohio University. In 4 years, I have never heard a negative comment or statement about the Urban Scholars. Not one. Not only did they step up to the plate, they all hit home runs. And the beauty of that is that when Pat and I talked about this program, behind the Urban Scholars concept was also how do we increase the diversity of Ohio University? Because it was not only the Urban Scholars who stepped up and came, but it was through our admissions office. It was through the other offices that recruit students that we put the word out. We wanted students from our urban areas to come to Ohio University. And each year since 2004, we've steadily increased the diversity of our university. We're getting there. We're not where we want to be, but we're getting there. And the Urban Scholars Program has been a significant part of helping us start that journey. Very quietly, very persistently, we've reached out to school districts all across the state. The word is out there. We want you at Ohio University. But this first class that's seated here in the front row, as they should be this evening, accepted the challenge. And as Deborah and I have talked, we were just sitting talking last night, we've seen each of them on campus in different places and in different situations, mostly good. But we've seen them. And when we've seen them, we've stopped and we've visited. We've watched them grow up. We've watched them mature into fine young women and young men. The kind of young people that I know that Deborah and I would be proud to have you as our daughters and sons. That's what this program is all about. It's about lifting. It's about lifting yourself, but it's also about lifting others to higher heights. Because it is in the lifting that we not only find ourselves and that we give of ourselves, but that we give something to somebody else. And that old cliche, if I can just help somebody, it's in helping somebody else that you help yourself. That's what you've done. You've lifted yourselves, but you've lifted others along the way. You have created an indelible mark at Ohio University. I know a little bit about being a pioneer. I know a little bit about the burden of being the first. You have carried it well. And not only have you carried it, but you have excelled. Your vision, going on to graduate school, going on to professional school, going on into the careers that you're going to become part of, that is your mark. That is your legacy. Each of us leaves a little bit of ourselves at Ohio University. When I left here in 1970, little did I know I would come back in 2004 to leave a little bit more of myself. I thought I left enough in 1970. So did some other folks. But this is a new time, and this is a new day. This is a new beginning, not only for Ohio University, but for our country. We've all been privileged to live long enough to witness the election of the first African-American president of these United States. And I must say that it is my fervent hope that one of you or another urban scholar one day will come back, serve as president of Ohio University. You may not be thinking about that today. I certainly wasn't in 1970. Had no idea that I would ever come back. I hope that you're not thinking about it, but that one day something happens in your life that leads you to think, you know what? There's that little school down there in Athens that I used to go to. Maybe I can go back and serve in some leadership capacity. So let me just end my remarks tonight by saying something that Deborah and I said 4 years ago. We are very proud of you. You've accomplished a great deal. But this is just the beginning. There is so much more in this life for you to accomplish. There's so much more in this life for you to achieve. We wish you well in whatever you choose to do, because we know from what you've done in your time at Ohio University that you will do it well and that you will excel in whatever it is you choose to do. We're proud of you. We love you. We wish you nothing but the best. Godspeed.